What up, peeps? It's your boy Heckin Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out a little game store called Checkpoint Games over here in Shelby, North Carolina, which is the middle of nowhere, if I may say so. But let's check it out. Alright, I'm in here at Checkpoint Games with Tyler. He's the one that owns the store. You've been here for, like, you said 9 months?
10 months now, actually, yeah.
In Shelby, North Carolina. Now, for those that don't know, Shelby is like a very small place. So what's it been like running a game store on hard mode?
I mean, you know, it hasn't been too hard. Shelby has treasures. People have great things here. They just don't always buy great things, you know what I'm saying? Like, they bring me cool stuff. They bring me cool stuff, but they don't necessarily buy the cool stuff.
Gotcha.
They don't necessarily buy the cool stuff.
I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna try to buy some of the cool stuff. Maybe I'll buy some of the lame stuff too.
That's what I'm talking about.
We got this Charizard right here, but it ain't a dark Charizard. It's a Dracafer Obscure. All right, I'm back at the house now, and I've got 21 games to show you guys that I picked up this week. And this is gonna be my last pickups video for a little while, just because I need to spend my money elsewhere. I got big boy bills. I just bought a big man certified recliner. It's a powered recliner. And after like delivery and the warranty and everything, it's like $1,200. So I need to take care of that before I can get back into buying a bunch of games. But I've got a lot of great stuff to show you. Now, starting off with College Football 25. I got this at GameStop. Now, there were 2 game casualties to the collection this week. And you know, I don't normally trade stuff in anymore. I kind of like just keeping everything, even if it's like a game where I'm just like, I might like it later. I don't know. I just don't like it right now. They had a lot of trade bonuses going on this week, so I traded in towards College 25, and the 2 games I traded in, both for the Switch. One was Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. I know. You know, I thought it was going to be more like the Wii one. I never played the GameCube one, so I wasn't a fan of it. It just felt like a modified RPG, like Mario RPG. So I traded that in, and if you look at the receipt here, man, so like you get an extra 10% trade in because you're a pro member, right? Well, I am. And then they also had like a plus 20% trade in bonus because of like the promo they had with pre-orders. Like you get 20% extra trading credit towards a pre-order. And then I had a coupon in my account for being a pro member that gave me an extra 30%. So in trade value, they gave me $46.50 for Paper Mario. And then the other game I traded in was the Metal Gear Solid Master Collection Volume 1 for the Switch. And I only did that because I have it on the PS5 now, so I didn't need it on both systems. But they gave me $25 store credit for that, for a total of $71.38. So basically, I paid $3.51 for College Football 25. And let me tell you, man, this game is freaking awesome. It's not like Madden at all. Like, the gameplay and stuff is really good. A couple of gripes. The menu music is just drumline, which is cool at first, but then after like 30 minutes, you're like, all right, we need something else. But yeah, it will absolutely drive you mad, especially in Dynasty mode. Now, the thing that really pissed me off about this, and I wrote this in my community tab a couple weeks ago at this point, but the Dynasty mode is not crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation, but Ultimate Team is, and head-to-head is. So literally the game mode I was looking forward to playing with a couple of friends, I can't do it because they're on PlayStation and I'm on Xbox. And the thing that sucks about it the most is, like, I was going to buy it on PlayStation originally, but decided to get it on Xbox because I didn't want to pay for PlayStation's online service. Either way, though, I don't regret buying this game, especially not for $3.50, but I was originally going to actually just pay $70 for it. But it's fantastic, sold like hotcakes, so I hope that they continue to make good college games like that every year, and hopefully they make a basketball one. All right, now next up, got a couple of Xbox One games here and PlayStation 5. I'm going to show all these at the same time because it is all Assassin's Creed games. We got Assassin's Creed Syndicate, we've got Assassin's Creed Origins, and we've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Next up, we've got a classic RPG for the original PlayStation, and that's Chrono Cross. Fantastic game. I remember when I was a kid, I went over to my neighbor's house, which was also named Steve, but he was like an adult at the time. He's like a family friend or whatever. And I remember he was playing a game and there was this cutscene going on, and I was like, man, this looks amazing, you know, because I was like 8 or 9 years old at the time. I was like, what the heck is this? And he was like, here it is. It's Chrono Cross. And this is before I even knew what Chrono Trigger was or anything like that, but I was just like, man, that game is freaking cool. So I'm really excited to add this one to the collection, and hopefully one day I'll have time to bust it out and actually play through it. All right, now we got a couple of PS2 goodies here, some racing games, and then hack and slash adventure type of game. First up, Need for Speed Underground. They need to remake this series. I was really excited to pick this up, and I got a CIB. You know, if you haven't played this game, man, it's basically like a fully customizable street racing game. You know, came out during the era when like Fast and the Furious like first was like getting kind of hot. I think it was Too Fast, Too Furious that came out around the time this game did. But excellent soundtrack, excellent gameplay, customization was fantastic. They really, like, I just can't believe they haven't made another one. Oh, and then next up I got Midnight Club Street Racing for the PS2. Made by Rockstar. Now, I've never actually played this one. I've seen someone play Midnight Club 3, but I know that it's going to be a ballin' ass game because it's made by Rockstar. So I'm going to pop this in soon and check it out. And then I got Maximo Ghost of Glory. Now, this is a pretty fun game. I haven't played it personally, but when I was young, my best friend had it, and so I basically watched him play it and really enjoyed it. And I think this was a launch title for the PlayStation. I could be wrong about that. I know that it came out pretty early on. Okay, no, it came out in 2002. So, but yeah, it was pretty fun from what I could tell. So I'm definitely gonna have to get some mileage out of that one too. All right, if you've been watching the channel recently, you know I've been buying a lot of original Xbox games. It's kind of like the thing that I'm like super hyped about right now. And I got a decent stack of original Xbox games, starting off with Project Gotham Racing. So this was a fantastic racing game on the original Xbox, and I believe it came out before Forza did. I could be wrong about that, but I know that I played it before I played Forza, and it was a Xbox exclusive. But tight ass game, and there's more than 200 different tracks in New York, London, Tokyo, and San Francisco. Of course, I didn't remember that. I just literally read that off the back of the case. But yeah, it's awesome. And then I went ahead and picked up Project Gotham Racing 2, which I never actually played, but I figured it was there, and it was only like $4. So I was like, hey, let me go ahead and snag that. Next up, we got Max Payne 2, The Fall of Max Payne. This is a great story game. More bullet time shooting, you know, in slow motion. It is awesome. You'll have a great time with this, especially if you've played like Dead to Rights or the original Max Payne. Very similar in gameplay style. Or Stranglehold would be another one I would say is kind of similar. That was for the 360. I need to get my hands on a copy of that. Then we got Midnight Club 2. Never played this one either, but you know, I didn't realize how many Rockstar games I bought this week until like right now. It's like that's 3 so far, and I know there's at least one more in there. And here's a great one right here, Shenmue 2. You know, the first Shenmue obviously started out on the Dreamcast. Well, what's great about this edition of Shenmue 2 is it comes with a DVD that has all of the cutscenes turned into like a little movie of the first game. So even if you've never played the original on the Dreamcast, when you buy this game, it comes with that disc, as long as it says it does, because I've seen copies of it that don't come with the disc, and man, I tell you what, it is pretty great. And this is a really awesome like free roam game. If you've never played it, man, look up some gameplay of it. And speaking of that, I need to get Shenmue 3. I've never played Shenmue 3. All right, next up, we've got Hitman 2, another stealth killer game, and you know, there's not really a lot that I could say about Hitman that most people don't already know, but if you like stealth action games, Hitman is a fucking awesome franchise to get into. The last original Xbox I got this week was NBA Street Volume 3. Now, I don't remember if I played this one, but I've definitely played Volume 2 with the dude with the afro on the front cover, and that was a real hoot. So I imagine this is just a more advanced version of that. And we'll give it a spin, and if it's not, I will let you know in a future video that it was ass. But since it was made by EA Sports Big, it's probably not ass. Alright, next up, we've got some old school here. We've got Sega Genesis, 2 CIB, well, one's partially CIB, but that is John Madden Football 93 and Madden NFL 96. Man, you know, I probably rented these a dozen times as a kid, so it's cool to finally get a copy of it, but I didn't realize when I bought it that Madden 96 was like missing the backside of its artwork, but that's okay. because I still got the manual in the game, you know, in the case. So that's better than nothing, I guess. But, you know, it's not a very valuable game, so it's just something cool for me personally to own. It's not something that I'm hoping to get rich off one day. All right, and we're down to 4 more games. They're all for the 360. I know the 360 is hot right now with the store just recently shutting down. We've got Max Payne 3, so there's another Rockstar game for you. This game is awesome, man. I don't care what people say, but a lot of people kind of slept on it, I think. But, I mean, you know, even if you can't play Max Payne 1 or 2, like, definitely try to find a copy of this and play it. Then I got Batman Arkham Origins. So I think with this, I have every of the Arkham games. I'll have to double check, but this is a really good one. They added multiplayer to this one, which I have never played the multiplayer, but I mean, a Batman beat 'em up game, it can only be so bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like pizza. It's like, even like bad pizza is still pretty good. That's how I feel about Batman games. All right, then I got Dead Space 3. Dude, I've been trying. I don't know why it's so hard to find this, but like, I really need a copy of Dead Space 2 for the 360. Gamers Alley had it for the PS3, but I already have the first and third one now on 360, so I want to kind of keep them on the same console. But man, these are some really fun survival horror games, especially the second one. I know I haven't played much of the third one. Hell, I might have only even seen like a couple of minutes of it, but I know that the second one will scare the shit out of you. So if that one did that, I'm sure this one's worse, or at least just as bad as far as like the terror goes. And then the final game I got for Xbox 360 was Need for Speed Carbon, which, you know, this is probably my favorite Need for Speed game ever made, personally, because I was always big into the drifting. And the final mission where you drift all the way down the mountain against the, I don't even remember his name, but he was a dick, is a pretty fun level. Hell, that's actually what the cover is. I mean, I already knew that, but apparently I needed to be reminded by looking at it. Now, this case shape is not the greatest, but, you know, I'll take it. You know, it's hard to find this game, but I also noticed that there was 2 copies of the manual in there. So I have 2 copies of this manual. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's all the games that I got this week, but I did get a bunch of Pokemon cards, and I'll kind of pop them up on the screen right here. I know a lot of people don't really like Pokemon, or, you know, maybe they're not that interested in, you know, compared to the other content that I make on the channel. But Pokemon, the card game, the video games, the anime, all of that is a huge role in my life. It's one of my most played video games of all time, if you add them all up. And I absolutely love it. And I look forward to making more Pokemon videos for this channel. Whether they get views or not doesn't really matter to me. But as you can see here, I was able to get a bunch of old school cards as well as a few new cards. And the reason I got back into collecting the cards is because they just look so damn good. Like, in my opinion, like, you know, like when you see beautiful art on a card, it makes you want to fucking collect it. Or at least it does for me. We like what we like, and I'm just glad I don't like crack cocaine.